two-state solution at the end of the day is one way or another having two states which in the territory which is between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea, that includes the West Bank, Gaza, and what is now Israel, and find a way to curb it one way or another, in which, in addition to a Jewish state, Israel, there is also a Palestinian state, Jerusalem, its capital, addressing the issue of security that ensures that everyone in this piece of land enjoys the same level of security, dealing with the refugees. There are refugees within this territory and refugees outside in places like Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, addressing the issue of settlement, natural resources, and the rest to ensure, and Jerusalem as the capital of both. I think when we look at a two-state solution, whoever investigated what's the best way to resolve the differences, the conflict between Israel and Palestinians, even before the foundation of Israel, even before the partition plan 1947, reached the conclusion that the only way forward is partition. Fast forward, to the Oslo Accord. They didn't explicitly spoke about two-state solution, but this was, what they had in mind. And within 5 years after the Oslo Agreement, the idea was to establish a two-state solution. The Jewish self-determination, the Zionist idea was fulfilled with the Declaration of Independence on 14th of May, 1948, but not in the case of Palestinians. So that's the way forward, and it was negotiated since then. And in Camp David 2000, it sadly collapsed. Gaza is completely devastated right now, and the war continues there. And Israeli forces entering into Gaza city and demolish more houses, causing more havoc and killing and destructions in Gaza. In the West Bank, on a lower level, but we see something similar, an expansion of settlements that make it more and more difficult to have a vibrant Palestinian state. But despite this, I think the recognition by so many countries, the recognition that this is the best way to move forward, I think that the situation right now, it's irreversible, is in my opinion, is wrong. It just means that we have to think about two-state solution, as I mentioned earlier, in a confederal model as the way to move forward toward this two-state solution in a one-state reality. But the principle of having a two-state shouldn't be abandoned.